we're in a throwaway society, I think, and we throw away, things, and we throw away people sometimes. So anyway, there's a couple little metaphors in here, but this song is called Sea Glass. Walk with me along the shore, so peaceful, so much to explore. Lapping of waves onto the sand, they speak to me, they gently hold my hand. Strolling along, it's time to look down, searching for something in sandy ground. Walk too fast and buried it stays, hidden until another sunny day. Colors in the sand, edges smooth and fine, alone and discarded on the shoreline. No longer bits and pieces broken over time. Now together we'll be fine. Once tossed aside, maybe overboard, a plate, a bottle washed upon the shore, shattered from the past, tumbled by the waves, resting in silence, waiting for their day. I have a special eye for treasures no one sees. Don't worry on life waves, you're safe, you'll see. I see your beauty, your colors still shine. Give it a moment, just give it a little time. Colors in the sand, edges smooth and fine, alone and discarded on the shoreline. No longer bits and pieces broken over time. Now together we'll be fine. So if you walk along a sandy shore, hold hands with the waves, let the silence roar. Look for things you thought you'd never see. You might see me walking, come and walk with me. Colors in the sand, edges smooth and fine, alone and discarded on the shoreline. No longer bits and pieces broken over time. Now together we'll be fine. Together we'll be fine. Together we'll be fine. Thank you. That's Sea Glass. So my parents had a place down in Taunton Shores. That was their retirement home. And so they lived there for many years. And then my mother-in-law passed away in 2019. And then 6 weeks later, my mom passed away. And then we started hospice care for my dad. So in the span of a year, we kind of lost our whole upper echelon. And we were doing, my sisters and I, and my wife and brother-in-law, we were providing hospice care for my dad. And I had the night shift one night. And out of the blue, I wrote a song. I'd never written a song before. And so I wrote this song for him. It was kind of imagining life. Yeah, life without him. So, this is the first song I wrote, and then I just kept writing, and it wound up being extremely cathartic, and I think it just helped me get through a lot of things. So this was the first song, kind of the first song I wrote, and it's called Guiding Light, My Guiding Light. See if I can get through it. Stumbling down the crossroads of life, your strong hand's a compass in the twilight, not knowing forks that may lay in the road. You gently point to the left or the right, and I'm tumbling towards a divide, headed for trouble. You stayed by my side before I could find my way into harm. You caught me and held me with your loving arms. You've been my guiding light for so long, showing me the way between right and wrong. You said your goodbyes, closed your loving eyes. In a moment my light was gone. Through the years you were always there. No matter the challenge, you showed how you cared, helping others in search of their dreams with your charming style and flair. Now I stand on my own. I share the good ways, the ways that you've shown. You move through the world such a beautiful way. I feel your love and direction every day. You've been my guiding light for so long, showing me the way between right and wrong. You said your goodbyes, closed your loving eyes. In a moment my light was gone. You've been my guiding light for so long, showing me the way between right and wrong. You said your goodbyes, closed your loving eyes. In a moment my light was gone. Moment my light was gone. Thank you. So most of my songs will be heartfelt. There's love songs. There's some goofy songs. There's some songs where you're going to have to sing along. So get ready. Warm up your vocal cords. Get them good and lubricated. So one of the lyrics in that song was you said your goodbyes, and when we got my dad home from the hospice care, he was really good. He called all his friends and he'd say, well, I'm checking out in a couple days, it's all coming to it. And we're like, Dad, it's probably not going to happen in a couple days. It's probably going to take a little bit longer than that. He was during that whole hospice care thing, it's the hardest thing we've ever done, probably the best thing we've ever done. After he passed, my wife and I went to the Methal Valley, and we went to a little river called Shuck, and there was there was a tree that had fallen over the creek, and so we were on the creek, sitting on this log, and we could hear pine cones kind of falling out of the trees. And so I had an idea for a song, kind of a circle of life thing. It's called Pine Cone, artfully. This one's finger picked, so. Hot summer day, way up high, there's an old cedar tree touching the sky, sends down a cone into the dirt gives it up to Mother, sweet Mother Earth. Well, the cone sprouts a tree, it grows tall and true, into the sky, into the blue, sends down a cone before she says farewell. And then she lays by the river as the river swells. And I'm thankful for the cone, I'm thankful for the tree, I'm thankful for the river that flows beneath our feet. Sitting with you, just letting it go, being together, watching the river flow. Hand in hand, walking down a trail. There's no one in sight in this luscious tree veil. River comes into view, so pure and clear, a moment in time to forever hold dear. And I'm thankful for the cone, thankful for the tree, I'm thankful for the river that flows beneath our feet. Sitting with you, just letting it go, being together, watching the river flow. An old cedared log, a bridge, once a mighty tree. She was by herself, now together are we. We crawled upon her back, the river flowed below. Something fell from above, it was a little pine cone. And I'm thankful for the cone, I'm thankful for the tree, I'm thankful for the river that flows beneath our feet. Sitting with you, just letting it go, being together, watching the river flow. Being together, watching the river flow. Being together, watching the river flow. Thank you. Pine cone. Funny story about pine cone. That song and some of the others tonight are streaming on like Spotify and things like that. And my little niece, Sophie, great niece. I don't want to take too much credit out of the bloodline there. But I consider her my niece. She loves pine cone, and I was looking at analytics about where music is streaming, and it showed that my song was streaming in Japan, and I was so excited. And then I found out that Sophie was in Japan. So, whatever it takes. She was spreading the word. This next song is called All In, and it's kind of a betting metaphor, but I was thinking about how in relationships, how we have different risk profiles, and so I kind of made up this song as a tribute to marriage and all the risks that it has, but the payoff is worth it. Let's see if I can remember how it goes. Yeah, sometimes. All right. Well, I'm not a betting man, I keep my nickels. Oops. Wrong key. Well, wait. There we go. Not a betting man, keep my nickels nice and close. No paper placed on ponies, prancing to the post. Blackjack's not my game, hell, I can barely count to 21. But there's one bet that's a sure thing, sure as the rising sun. So find me a seat at the table, I want in on this, slide my heart into the middle, I'm going all in. Well, they say the odds don't add up, I say you just need a little trust. The payoff's looking pretty good to me, so darling, I'm betting on us. That roulette wheel can make it busy. That little ball bounces and it spins. Seeing you makes me lightheaded. Your hand in mine for the win. No need to roll the dice, hoping for a lucky 7. 'Cause I bet a life with you would be a little slice of heaven. So find me a seat at the table. I want in on this. Slide my heart into the middle. I'm going all in. Well, they say the odds don't add up. I say you just need a little trust. The payoff's looking pretty good to me, so darling, I'm betting on us. No one said it'd be easy, a champagne life and silver bells. Not every day's a rainbow. There are days when it rains like hell. But do the math, add it up at the end of the day. I bet we grow old together, and that's a sure bet all the way. So find me a seat at the table. I want in on this. Slide my heart into the middle. I'm going all in. Well, they say the odds don't add up. I say you just need a little trust. The payoff's looking pretty good to me, so darling, I'm betting on us. Yeah, they say the odds don't add up. I say you just need a little trust. The payoff's looking pretty good to me, so darling, I'm betting on us. Yeah, the payoff's looking pretty good to me, so darling, I'm betting on us. All in. My wife is a walker. She walks a lot. And as you know, if you live in the Northwest, if you're going to walk, you cannot wait for sunny days. So this song has two metaphors. One is walking, whether the rain or shine. But there's a second piece of this song where I was thinking about when you're a little kid, and when our kids were little, we'd go down to this little waterfront park. And my daughter, Natalie, we walked into the park. There was a wedding going on in this building, and it's kind of rainy and muddy. And the kids were walking into the ocean, into the sound. And Natalie would look at me, and she had her rubber boots on, and she would look at me, and she would walk a little farther. And then she would walk a little farther. And she'd look back like, is he going to pull me in or not? And walk a little farther. The water's getting closer and closer to the top of her boots. Pretty soon, the water's at the same level, almost like surface tension. It's almost like the boot is underwater. And then pretty soon, boom, her boot's filled with water. She gets this big smile on her face, and she gets the go-ahead. And pretty soon, my son, he's splashing in the water. And then we're walking back to the car, and there's this big mud puddle. And they both, boom, head first, right in the mud puddle. They're rolling around. And I'm thinking to myself, when is that point in your growth when that's not fun anymore? Right? Because they're having a ball. So I thought, what the heck? And so I jumped in the puddle with them. We're rolling around the mud. Now we're walking past the wedding. These people are out on this deck, and they're looking at us, and we're covered in mud. And I'm thinking, okay, and this is where CPS gets called, and they come and take my children away. But I realized the reason we don't do that is because we had to get in the car. And it didn't turn out to be such a good idea at that point. Anyway, so this song is a finger picker. This song is called Walking in the Rain. Sitting and thinking and wondering what to do. Too much time distancing. Glad that I have you across the table with your big brown eyes looking out the window. Another rainy sky. Right then I had an idea out of the blue. I'd like to take a walk with you. Walking in the rain, walking in the rain, water running down our nose. It won't be long until we're soaked from head to toe. Might seem kinda strange doing what we do. I just wanna take a walk in the rain, holding hands with you. Life is full of muddy trails, full of puddles too. No need to weave around, just plow on through. Put on your wellies, stomp with all your might. Send that muddy water skyward, right out of sight. Remember what it was like when you were just two. Stomp in the rain, rainbows coming soon. Walking in the rain, water running down her nose. It won't be long until we're soaked from head to toe. Might seem kinda strange doing what we do. I just wanna take a walk in the rain, holding hands with you. Took a walk in the rain, water running down her nose. It's no surprise to us we're soaked from head to toe. Didn't miss a puddle, it's what we do. We'll go inside, dry it off, have some tea, laugh a lot. The forecast calls for more of the same. Tomorrow we'll hold hands again, take a walk in the rain. That's one of my favorites. On Spotify, my wife sings that as a duet with me. She has a beautiful voice. Okay, time to sing. No, put your food down. So, this is kind of a, when I turned 60 years old, I came to the realization that there are two kinds of people in this world. The first kind, grown up with silver spoon, everything is good, everything is easy. Then there's a second group, probably most people here. You worked hard for everything you got, you scraped, you scratched, you crawled, you got knocked down, you got back up. You got knocked down, got back up. So if you're in the first group, good for you. If you're in the second group, well, this song's for you. Since it's your song, you gotta sing along. So when I hit to the chorus and I say, easy would be awesome, you say easy would be great. Easy would be great, that's your part. I go, easy would be awesome, you say easy would be great, but you're gonna have to do it really loud or the song's gonna suck. Because people on the radio aren't gonna be able to hear it. So you gotta be loud. Like, who's it, Arlo Guthrie? With a feeling. All right, here's the song. This song's called Easy Would Be Great. Starts off with a guitar solo. Breast. Here it goes. Since I was a babe, a wee babe in the woods, I learned life would not be easy, and that was easily understood. Got no silver spoon sitting by my plate. You grow up with plastic forks, you'll learn to not hesitate. Would an easy life be easy? Easy would be awesome. Easy would be great. Just a little short and I arrived a little late. I got a few blind spots that did not seal my fate. Easy would be awesome. Easy would be great. That's good. I'm always surprised when people actually do what I tell them. Got me all flustered. I did not sit in the front row. I was not the teacher's pet. I waited in the principal's office for a parent meeting to be set. Just south of average, gave it my all. I learned you're never going to learn to fly if you're afraid to fall. Did I fall? Yep. Easy would be awesome. Easy would be great. But I came up just a little short and I arrived a little late. I got a few blind spots that did not seal my fate. Easy would be awesome. Easy would be great. But it turned out all right nonetheless. It turns out elbow grease and hard work will sometimes pass the test. Would a big old brain make it easier? I guess. Easy would be awesome. Easy would be great. But I came up just a little short and I arrived a little late. I got a few blind spots that did not seal my fate. Easy would be awesome. Easy would be great. Silver spoon, that'd be great. Teacher's pet, that'd be great. Big old brain with a super duper corpus callosum connecting the hemispheres in my brain so I could think analytically and emotionally at the same time and not get triggered. That'd be great. Easy would be awesome. Easy would be great. Oh, that was some good singing. Nicely done. No, that was awesome. But every time people actually sing, I get flustered like, oh, they're actually doing it. What else should I ask for? This next song came out of a kind of a sad incident where we had our photos, all our digital photos. We had our digital photos about 15 years on a hard drive, and we had them on a backup. And our backup failed, and our hard drive failed. We lost all these photos. And we still haven't given our hard drive to the top secret people. But how many people have a cabinet somewhere in their house that has rows of photo books, like hundreds and hundreds of photos? So we still have those, but we also have, I call it the Rosetta Stone. It's this big leather book. It's the first book. It says our family on it. It's got my mom and dad's wedding pictures in it. It's got, yeah, I've got it. Yeah, my sister just said that's where it is. It's got the firstborn pictures. They're all black and whites. And the other thing I realized in looking at those photos is that with one thing you don't see anymore is red dots on people's eyes. Like you don't see that anymore. It used to be, everyone had these kind of scary eyes. So that inspired me to write this song called Pictures on the Shelf. It's a finger picker. Pictures lined upon the shelf remind me of myself. Pictures lined upon the shelf of how I came to be. Black and whites of days gone by make me smile, make me cry. Black and whites of days gone by, ripples in the pond. Everybody stand up straight, look over here. Everybody give a smile, hide those frowns and those fears. Red dot eyes, hopes and dreams, just say cheese. Grains of sand added to the pile, flash, there goes another year. Books of photos stacked in rows, page missing, where did it go? Books of photos stacked in rows, treasure chests of time. Faded colors, corners torn, some untouched, others worn. Faded colors, corners torn from memories passed around. Everybody stand up straight, look over here. Everybody give a smile, hide those frowns and those fears. Red dot eyes, hopes and dreams, just say cheese. Grains of sand added to the pile, flash, there goes another year. Pictures lined upon the shelf remind me of myself. Pictures lined upon the shelf of how I came to be. Pictures on the shelf. Thank you. Apologize, you'll have to listen to me tune here a little bit. This is this particular guitar does not like to be capoed up really high like this. But the story behind this guitar is after my parents passed, I had this guitar custom made, and it's got their initials in the fretboard, so it's J Heart J, because Jim loved Jan, and sometimes Jan loved Jim, but sometimes Jim loved Jan more than Jan loved Jim, and sometimes Jan loved Jim more than... Anyway, there's also my mother-in-law's name is Rosemary, so there's roses in the bridge, and then there's a beautiful little hummingbird, but Martin guitar made for me. But my mom was Icelandic, so the name of this guitar is Saga, which is Icelandic for story. So she's like my she's my support guitar, my emotional support guitar. So this next song is, I wrote it for my dad. He loved scotch, but he was a very frugal man. And so he wouldn't spend a lot of money on it, and consequently he drank really bad scotch. It had to be sale scotch or cheap scotch. And even if I would buy him like a really nice single malt, he would not drink it. He would put it in the shelf and he would save it for his friends, sometimes me. So it was Christmas time, and I was really missing him, and I wrote this song called Bad Scotch for a Good Man. Mist of sawdust filled the air, flying off your table saw. My young eyes fixed on you and the wonder of it all. Honest man, making stuff people use. End of the day, you'd wipe your brow and you'd take a minute just for you. You'd pour something cheap into a glass with a little ice. Smelled like gasoline to me. But you took a sip, said, that's nice. That's nice. So on this black night, lit with the wink of a sliver moon, your words keep me company, but you left me way too soon. And I want you to know I'm doing the best I can. I raise my glass to you tonight, and I toast with bad scotch for a good man. Bad scotch for a good man. All grown up, you'd sit with me, you'd listen to my plans. Share your wisdom, talking man to man. I gave you a fancy single malt, smooth as honey. You said, son, spending more than $10, you're wasting your money. So on this black night, lit with the wink of a sliver moon, your words keep me company, but you left me way too soon. And I want you to know I'm doing the best I can. I raise my glass to you tonight and I toast with bad scotch for a good man. Bad scotch for a good man. No Glenn, Jack, or Johnny made friends with you. Just a big green plastic bottle, aged a year or two. No fancy packaging or fancy label. You just better be on sale if you want a seat at this table. At this table. So on this black night, lit with the wink of a sliver moon, your words keep me company, you left me way too soon. And I want you to know I'm doing the best I can. Raise my glass to you tonight and I toast with bad scotch for a good man. Bad scotch for a good man. Bad scotch for a good man. Thank you. All right, the next 3 songs, turns out I didn't realize this until I put them in order, but they all have numbers in them. First one is 2, the second one is 1, and the last one is 3, but I didn't do them in numerical order. So the first one is, it's my only political song. And I was listening to, I don't know who made the phrase, but united we stand, divided we fall. And it's not really pointed at any particular party, it's just the irritation that it seems like each side wants to pit everybody against the other side. And so it's like you got to choose teams, and people don't work that way. You don't split people in half. So this song is called Divide by Two. That's my nasty political statement. Old as time, it's nothing new. Evil minds divide the world by two. Convince the masses someone's taken from you, and there's nothing that you can do. But you're a lot like me, I'm a lot like you. People aren't something you divide by two. Makes this old world black and blue. Shattered, battered, black and blue. When did our difference become our fear? Why is our difference all we hear? A rhyme, a reason, light a fire, take control. Make people fear what they don't know. But you're a lot like me, I'm a lot like you. People aren't something you divide by two. Makes this old world black and blue. Shattered, battered, black and blue. past doesn't just sit on the shelf. History likes to repeat itself. It's up to me, it's up to you, and we'd better get busy, there's work to do. 'Cause you're a lot like me, I'm a lot like you. People aren't something you divide by two. Makes this old world black and blue. Shattered, battered, black and blue. Black and blue. Black and blue. Black and blue. Huh? Oh, an order, you mean? Yeah, sure. Thank you. Well, I don't know what it is, but yeah, sure. All right, so this one is, so that was divided by 2. This one is about 1. And I wrote, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't do drugs, which would probably help the creative process, listening to the Beatles and all their trips, but I have to admit this one might have been a little influenced because I had my knee chopped off and put another one in like a NASCAR thing, and I might have had a little bit of pain meds, and I was laying in my chair and I was all hooked up to things, and I looked over, kind of opened up my weary eyes, and I looked over. My wife was laying on the couch, asleep, waiting, just kind of hovering over me. And I had this idea, wrote it down, and it's called You Got One. So this song's about whether or not, a spouse or a friend or a parent or a dog, but if you have one, at least one in your life, that's a good thing. You got one. Oops, hang on a second. Hey. You showed up just in time for a love song. Gray clouds creeping in as the sun sets. One thing remains crystal clear. Dark spaces of doubt to avoid, and sweet souls to keep near somehow. We all want us a someone who knows where all our pieces fit, and by our side when we come all apart, never budging, not a little bit. Someone who knows what we're thinking, gives a look to birth a smile, knows when nothing needs saying, just sit in the quiet for a little while. If by your side when it's all said and done, then you got one. You got one. Someone to be a bull in our china shop when the BS is getting deep, and speak to us the unspoken, then get us back up on our feet. And life can be lonely and cruel and cold, and sometimes it's only that someone to bring us back to the fold. Someone who knows what we're thinking, gives a look to birth a smile, goes when nothing needs saying, just sit in the quiet for a little while. if by your side when it's all said and done, and you've got one. You've got one. Someone who knows what we're thinking, gives a look to birth a smile, knows when nothing needs saying, just sit in the quiet for a little while. If by your side when it's all said and done, you got one. You got one. You got one. You got one. Thank you. So if you got one, good for you. If you don't got one, go get one. All right. So that was two. Now it's time for the threes. And this is another sing-along. You're just in time for the sing-along. Actually, it's more of a shouting. So I had an idea. I was with some friends, and I had an idea. There, we went by a strip mall, and there was like these. There's a lot of empty strip malls. And my idea for a business is 3 doors side by side, a bar, a fortune teller, and a tattoo parlor. And we call it Terry's Tequila and Tattoos. I think it's a great idea. Probably won't do it, but it's a good song. So when I get to the chorus, and I'll give you a head nod, and your job is to say tequila, tarot, and tattoos. Right? Tequila, tarot, and tattoos, and each time in the chorus you're going to do that 3 times. It's another one of those songs where if you don't do it, it's going to be horrible. All right, here we go. This song is called Beware of the Threes. Gotta wait till Carol sits down, because if she's not sitting down, then she's not gonna sing. All right, remember your part. Carol, what's your part? Tequila, tarot, and tattoos. Okay, here we go. Friday night, end of the week, the kind that felt like a year. I took a shortcut down an alleyway, a voice whispered in my ear. It said, look for the one, there's safety in twos, my friends, be aware of the threes. And I saw a light up ahead, I wondered where it might lead. Neon like an old lighthouse, safety in a storm. A bar, a mystic, and a tiny ink shop. Well, the bartender, he waved me in, and before I said a word, he pointed to a sign, said 4-Shot Friday, and he went to work. Now, just between me and you, it seemed like the right thing to do. Here we go. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos. Be aware of the threes. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos. It all made sense to me. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos. Happens all the time. No judgment here tonight. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Well, the mystic floated in the door like a leaf blowing in the wind. She took me by the hand to her table. She said, let's begin. Card 1, card 2, She handed me card 3. She said, here's your mystic animal. That's all you need to see. Now just between me and you, seemed like the right thing to do. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos. Beware of the 3s. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos. It all made sense to me. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos happens all the time. No judgment here tonight. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Well, the mystic took me to the ink shop. She said, make it so. I don't remember what happened next. I guess that's how it often goes. Well, now you know the story, how it all came to pass. I woke up Saturday morning, a donkey tattooed on my ass. Just between me and you, seemed like the right thing to do. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos. Beware the 3s. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos. It happens. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos happens all the time. No judgment here tonight. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos. Beware the 3s. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos. It all made sense to me. Tequila, tarot, and tattoos happens all the time. No judgment here tonight. No judgment here tonight. No judgment here tonight. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. I actually have, I think I still might have some little donkey temporary tattoos in my little case there. So if anyone needs a donkey tattoo, you can put it anywhere you want. You know?
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Fjord Oyster Bank for our Shuck and Strum concert series here. Continuing on, Terry Mutter on stage. He does have his Venmo link here. He's got some CDs and coffee mugs as well as those tattoos that you can get. And we really appreciate him streaming on the radio as well, plus our social media so you can share this about after this. But we do appreciate you so much for being here. How's everybody doing? Enjoying Terry tonight? Sounding really good out there. Really enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having me. So I sang songs about my dad, and about 4 years after my mom had passed, it was really bugging me because I hadn't really written a song about her. I had some other kind of ancillary songs, but I was starting to I was like, do I got mommy issues or something? I got some blockage or something. And it was like eve of, I think it would have been her 84th birthday. And I was on a walk. I was about a half a mile from the house, and I just got a download. But by the time I got home, I was a half mile from home, the whole song was written. It just boom. I mean, it sounds kind of trite, and people say, it just came to me, but it really just kind of did. And of course, that doesn't mean it's any good, but it came fast. Fast isn't always good. I went home, I wrote it down, and it's kind of one of my favorite songs. It's called Those Mother Years, and I always dedicate it to moms that are not here, but also to moms that are still here, because it's just the hardest job in the world. So this is all for mothers here who are with us and those that have moved on. The song's called Those Mother Years. The first smile I saw, cradled in her arms, she whispered, I'll protect you from harm, those mother years. She said, get your coat, tie your shoes, stop making a fuss, get your lunchbox, don't miss that bus, those mother years. Now your smile's no longer here. Some may think you're gone, but you walk beside me, though I can't hold your hand. Your strength made me who I am. I share my dreams, I listen to what you say. Your lessons guide me to this day. I look to the stars above. I feel your everlasting mother's love. You kissed my cheek on my wedding day. Tears could not wash your smile away those mother years. You held my firstborn like you first held me. The sparkle in your eye was something to see those mother years. Her love is angel, her work's never done. A guardian angel as time marches on. Now you walk beside me, though I can't hold your hand. Your strength made me who I am. I share my dreams, I listen to what you say. Your lessons guide me to this day, and I look to the stars above. I feel your everlasting mother's love. Get you an extra blanket, tuck you into bed. I whispered thank you and I softly kiss your forehead. Those mother years, I miss those mother years. That's for all the moms, especially my mom. What's that? Oh, yeah. I know it's funny when I would write songs like that and I would play them for usually family first. I would always say, this song is still in the crying phase. Meaning I couldn't get through it, but the more I play them, it comes more from a point of gratitude versus sadness. So it helps me. All right. In a writers group, I belong to a couple writers groups, and kind of helps, when you get stuck. Sometimes they'll give you a prompt, and they'll say, okay, you're going to write a song, and here's the word. And you have to write a song. And so the word of the week was broke down. So I broke down. Okay, broke down, messed up. So then I came up with discombobulated. That's a good word. So I came up with this song called Discombobulated Blues, and I kind of also wrote it thinking about, I had one of those friends, everybody has one of these friends. They're beautiful people, but it just seems they just trip every curb that's in front of them. How did you mess that up? How did you mess that up? Anyway, this song is called, I doesn't point in any fingers. This song is called Discombobulated Blues. Yeah, no pointing fingers in the crowd. This year's gonna be different. My stars are aligned, pointing to deliverance, darling. I'm gonna shine. Speaking of people who screw up, we'll start this again. This year's gonna be different. My stars are aligned, pointing to deliverance. I'm gonna shine. One more time. This year's gonna be different. My stars are aligned, pointing to deliverance, darling. I'm gonna shine. Got no suit, bump into my thing. No, so the problem is, this was my first performance where I don't have a tablet. I figured I'm going to memorize all the songs. This year's going to be different. My year's going to be different. My stars are aligned. Pointing to deliverance, darling, I'm going to shine. I know my big plans have come up short. But you turn left when you should turn right. Now we're living in their basement, but I talk to you all night. I'm skipping this song. It's gone. It's that song is fired. Fired. I mean, I could look at I have my phone here. It's on there, but it's fired. All right, we're doing a different song. I wonder if we should do. Okay, well, I'm going to play a different song then. The next song was kind of sad. Okay, here we go. It's a different song. So this song, song is fired. My wife and I went on a road trip, and it was one of these great trips where part of the trip, she's a detail planner, so part of the trip was very planned. We knew exactly where we're going, we knew where we're staying, we knew how many miles between here and there, but another part of the trip was unplanned, so we were just on the road. And it was down through California and through the ocean and the redwoods, and it was beautiful. So I wrote this song called Miles. Lane lines underneath the wheels, miles and miles, so this is how it feels, getting lost with you. Redwoods overhead, centuries old, not a word said. How did you survive? Walk upon this blue dot for such a long time. Between life and living is a fine line. Year after year, mile after mile, you're by my side, you're by my side. Oceans reach for the shore, out of the distance, just like before. Ever rolling waves of blue. Rocks jagged when they were formed, like us, shaped by every storm. Why does it take so long? Walk upon this blue dot for such a short time. Between life and living is a fine line. Year after year, mile after mile, you're by my side, you're by my side. Cliffs think they'll stand forever, but the tides, they have different plans. Hold my hand, we'll walk together as the cliffs turn into sand. We walk upon this blue dot for such a short time. Between life and living is a fine line. Year after year, mile after mile, you're by my side. We walk upon this blue dot for such a short time. Between life and living is a fine line. Year after year, mile after mile, you're by my side, you're by my side. Year after year, you're by my side. recovered. Okay. So a couple years ago, I've talked about how writing songs kind of helped me get through a very, very traumatic time in our lives, losing parents and things, and really helped me. And I was thinking, like, okay, is there some way I could use that to help other people? And so I called up. There's an organization called Guitars for Vets, and it's a national organization, and you teach veterans how to play the guitar, and they go to 10 weeks, 1 hour a week. For 10 weeks, and then when they graduate, they get a brand new guitar, and they get all the fixings that go with the guitar. And so I called up the Seattle chapter, and they said, yes, we've been trying to get a group at the Ording Soldiers Home. So in Ording, there's a facility there, there's a hospital, but there's a lot of vets who are there that are homeless. So they get, for 2 years, they get the counseling and the treatment that they need for either PTSD or addiction or whatever it is. So it's not a normal setup. And I was teaching some students, and I'm not a great teacher. I mean, I could tell them chords and things like that, which is really all they needed. And so I would normally go there and I would teach them a chord, and then I would say, here's a song that has that chord in it. And so I was teaching Tennessee Whiskey that week. So I only got 2 chords in the whole song. Great song to teach. And one of the students said, can we not do a song about whiskey? He was dealing with addiction. It caused him a bunch of problems. And so I said, absolutely. So we did Horse with No Name, which has 1 chord. Later I thought about, if that's not a drug song, I don't know what is. But anyway, on the way home, I had an idea for a song. It's not about this person, but it just kind of, I have a lot of songs I like about whiskey, but this one's kind of taking a different approach. I played it for a friend one time, and he goes, that's a sad song. And I said, no, it's not a sad song. It's a song about redemption and hope. See what you think. It's called Leave the Bottle. Settled into a bar stool to stop my heart from bleeding. Lowball glass in my hand, a familiar feeling. Whiskey burns into memory, those cold words you had to say. And truth burns like a candle, I just wish it was yesterday. Now you can leave the bottle, throw the cork away, 'cause I ain't going nowhere. You can leave the bottle, throw the cork away. Looks like I'm here to stay. I guess this is the last time you won't be coming back. My key still works the front door, but all your bags are packed. You told me what you needed, my pride had nothing to say. I backed you into a corner, I just wish it was yesterday. Now you can leave the bottle, throw the cork away, 'cause I ain't going nowhere. You can leave the bottle, throw the cork away. Looks like I'm here to stay. I would tell you that I love you. Put your hand into mine. I just wish it was yesterday, so I could hold you one more time. Take this bottle away. It only leads to pain. And I'll find you somewhere. So take this bottle away. Sun is rising soon. Just like I did yesterday. Just like I did yesterday. Just like I did yesterday. Yesterday. That's for all my vets, my vet students. Let's see. A couple more. Okay. Well, let's see. Anybody ever camped at Ohanapekosh? Ohanapekosh? Anyone else? Gary? Anyone else? Ohanapekosh? So it's I forget what side of Mount Rainier it's on, but it's a great campground. It has a great big kind of a gorge in it where you can jump off the rocks into the river. And I had an idea for a song, really only because I love to say Ohanapekosh. And Ohanapekosh sounds, oh my gosh, Ohanapekosh. And I forget the native people's. The Ohanapekosh, I think, roughly translates to standing at the edge because it's on this gorge. So it's a camping song. And your part, because you have to sing along, when I say, oh my gosh, you say, Ohanapekosh. All right? It's only like three, how many? Ohanapekosh. It's only 5 syllables. Yeah. So when I go, and oh my gosh, you say, Ohanapekosh. All right, there you go. The song's called Oh My Gosh. Rolling down a river of asphalt. Gotta get myself out of here. Gotta get to a place and get me some space where the wind softly blows through the trees. When you look up in the big city, all you see is concrete and glass. There's a lot of flashing bright lights. There's rules you can't fight. There's signs that say you can't sit here. And oh my gosh, Ohanapekosh, gotta get myself back to the camp. It's gonna take a while to start a warm fire, 'cause everything's a little bit damp. Gonna sit down and crack me a cold one. Gonna hang these wet socks up to dry. And I swear that old tree just waved at me, warmed up my heart and made my soul smile. No locks, no keys on my old tent. Nobody here to do me no harm. But a chipmunk took a bite of my dinner last night. He thinks my campsite is his farm. No worries, no cares in the old growth. The hemlocks and firs get along. No alarm clock to say, be here or there today, except for the raven at dawn. And oh my gosh, Ohanapekosh, gotta get myself back to the camp. It's gonna take a while to start a warm fire, 'cause everything's a little bit damp. Gonna sit down and crack me a cold one. Gonna hang these wet socks up to dry. And I swear that old tree just waved at me, filled up my heart and made my soul smile. And oh my gosh, oh Hana Prakash, gotta get myself back to the camp. It's gonna take a while to start a warm fire, 'cause everything is a little bit damp. Okay. I have a friend who, she may be listening, in Montana. It's a guitar group, and we get together virtually. We started during COVID, and we've kept going since then. And her name is Jo, and Jo was lamenting about the lack of professional performers that were coming to her neck of the woods, because in her words, she said, "I live in the back of Beyond." And I thought, I just had this immediate image in my head, living in the back of Beyond. And so I said, "Jo, would you mind if I grabbed that phrase and made a little story song?" And she said, "Okay." So this is for Jo, if you're listening in Montana, Jo. This song is called "Living in the Back of Beyond." Tumbleweed tumbles on, rolls up to a weathered pole. A rusty mailbox sitting on top at the end of a dusty road. Sun blazes on all day long, sets a fire in the western sky. Moon takes a night watch, coyote sings. I'm so lonesome I could cry. I'm sitting here going nowhere, dreaming our love isn't gone. Write to me your sweet nothings, address them to a lonely heart, living at the back of Beyond. There was a day I used to play the hustle bustle with the tailored folk, and I rolled my dice once or twice, snake eyes, now I'm broke. So I crawled away, found a place to stay where I'm the only one of my kind. I see your eyes in the morning sky, the wind whispers, you're always on my mind. I'm sitting here going nowhere, dreaming our love isn't gone. Write to me your sweet nothings, address them to a lonely heart, living at the back of Beyond. Will the postman never find me? Perhaps I ran too far away. Prairie flower smells like a perfume letter. Perhaps mine arrives today. I'm sitting here going nowhere, dreaming our love isn't gone. Write to me your sweet nothings, address them to a lonely heart, my aching lonely heart, my heart, living at the back of Beyond. All right, I'll do my closing song. I wrote this. It was funny during, well, it was funny, but during kind of COVID times. There was COVID going on. There was a lot of social unrest. There just seemed like there was all kinds of weird things that we never really saw coming. And I had friends who were hunkered down in their basements that wouldn't go anywhere. I had friends that were marching in the streets protesting for social justice. And I had other friends who were in Cabo just having a great time. And it just kind of occurred to me that whatever comes at us that we're not expecting, if you've got your person by your side, you can get through pretty much anything. So this song is kind of like, it's become my little motto ending song, and it's called 2 Feet. Oh, and I would just like to say thank you to KMAS Radio and to the Fjord Oyster Bank for having me. It's super fun. All right, this is 2 Feet. Thank the universe for your 2 feet. It makes it easy to cross the street. Some use those feet, they take a stand. Others go out dancing, they do the can-can. Get your kicks, do-sa-do. Shuffle through fresh fallen snow. Pinky toe comes along just for the ride. Heels take all the blows as we stride. Into the river of life we go. But where it flows, we don't know. Down aisles with stained glass walls, sterile white hospital halls. No matter where, no matter why, my 2 feet will be by your side. Our 4 feet have learned a lot. Sandy beaches and potholed parking lots, pedicures and painted toes. Put your troubles in a can and kick 'em on down the road. Where would we be without 2 feet? Where wouldn't we go? Who wouldn't we meet? My 2 feet found you, that's all I know. The universe keeps spinning, putting on its show. Into the river of life we go. Where it flows, we don't know. Down aisles with stained glass walls, sterile white hospital halls. No matter where, no matter why, my 2 feet will be by your side. Into the river of life we go. Where it flows, we don't know. Down aisles with stained glass walls, sterile white hospital halls. No matter where, no matter why, my 2 feet will be by your side. No matter where, no matter why, my 2 feet will be by your side. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, Terry Mutter on our Shuck and Strum stage.